Let's get it. YouTube, what's the deal? It's your boy Prince Lucky. You watching Cruising with Prince. If you're brand new to the channel right now, please subscribe, hit that bell for notifications for every time I drop. You'll be the first ones to get it. Smash that like button, comment some cool tips I can help you out with in the future. We want to make sure everybody had the best cruise, vacation, flight that they can possibly have. Stop watching my mother videos and not subscribing. And I'm back, you know what I'm saying? Special guest is in the building right now. I'm in Colombia Medellin right now, you know what I'm saying? And the brothers is taking over Colombia. And I'm with my homie Tobias The Traveler, and he is definitely doing his thing out here in Medellin. He got a lot of game for y'all. I think I'll put him on the channel and make this blow up and get as big as it possibly can and encourage brothers to come to Colombia, you know, and travel across the world. And it's more than your hood. It's more than your block. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to put that down right here. But we also got an interesting story of the dangers of Colombia. The dangers of Colombia. You know, and my man Tobias gonna let y'all know what y'all should do and what y'all shouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to give him his intro. Thanks for coming on the channel. You know what I'm saying? I look up to you. You know, you're a YouTuber that's on the rise right now, especially with Colombia and traveling across the world with the passport. You know what I'm saying? Tobias The Traveler. What's up? How you feeling?
Oh man, life is good, dog. Real good, man. I appreciate you, for bringing me on. I definitely like to share my experiences, with other brothers, other cats that's looking to get out there, see what it's like beyond their block, their street, their city.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, especially whether you're going to Colombia, maybe you want to go to Europe, Asia, whatever you feel like, you want to be, get there, right? There's opportunities for us. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And like I said, I've been around the world. I'm about to continue running around the world. And I just like to share my experiences, like with other brothers. You know, we and the thing is when you abroad and you see another black man, we look at each other and immediately it's like, oh, okay, what's going on with you, right? The whatever you got going on at home, right? That might be, perceived as drama, something like that. It don't exist over there because we are a very small knit group. And so, when we see each other, typically we gonna have that safety in numbers.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing just to see other brothers traveling, man. I really, really love to see it. So I mean, don't matter where you're from. Like I said, I'm from Cali. I can meet brothers whether they're from Louisiana, they from New York City, they could be from Idaho. I don't care. We'll see each other. We're gonna link up. Oh, what's good? Oh, you out here? So it's dope.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So we're gonna get into a lot of that information. But first, I want let the people know who Tobias is. You know what I'm saying? Where you originally from?
Oh man, I'm from Northern California. I'm originally from Sacramento, California, man. Been born and raised in South Sac. People know that's the hood, man. South Sac, like to this day, folks know. You tell somebody you from South Sac, like, oh, you from South Sac, it's rough over there. I'm like, yeah, it's my stomping grounds, man. 95823. Yeah. So
shout out to everybody in Cali. Shout out to everybody in Sacramento. I still ain't made my way to Sacramento yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, it's cool, man. You got to watch yourself sometimes, man. We had a couple incidents, shit like that. Had a little a mass bang. I don't want to say that a couple about a month and a half ago, right? They was letting off. Real bad. But other than that, man, it's usually pretty cool. It's usually pretty safe out here. I gotta say that. So
that's dope. That's dope.
Then
so let's
about me, like okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, yeah. Now about me, I've been traveling, man, since like 2006. Been running around the world. First place I hit was Thailand. I spent a lot of time in Thailand, and this is like I said, I was married for a minute, and that's what my ex's family. That's where they come from, right?
Okay,
she half Thai, half Laotian. So it's a thing. So we went back there, spent a bunch of time there.
So your first place that you went to besides the States was Thailand.
Yeah, that was the first place.
How long did you spend out there?
Man, I'd have been in Thailand I got a lot of time invested in Thailand, man. Like that's when people ask me, I got months in Thailand. That's, I feel actually anybody, you go there, you can find out, you'll feel real safe out there. It's a good look. Okay. You don't catch no bad looks from nobody and nothing like that, man. Thailand is a really nice spot to be. So I've got a lot of time under my belt.
Have you ever seen like some brothers out there in Thailand? I'm like, Are they coming out there?
Not really though. That's the thing. You might meet one of my homeboys, right? My good friends, right? My boy Darius. Last time, he and I we linked up in Thailand back in like 2018, real right, and we out there kicking it, doing our thing, eating, making it happen. But for the most part, I don't see too many brothers, like especially Black Americans. I don't see too many of us out there, like ever. I see, but like I see some African brothers coming through, like a bunch of Nigerian cats, cool, but not too many brothers is headed to Thailand like that. I know there's a couple out there right now, YouTubers like Zoom to Thailand, and BMT Travels. He out there right now, but for the most part, I don't see us out there.
Okay, cool. So how was it learning the languages? How were you talking and communicating with people?
In Thai and English, right? Like I said, man, I was already in the culture before I got there because that's my ex-wife's family. That's what they are. So I was already eating food, speaking the language, knowing the dances and all that stuff like that. I was already in it before I got there. So it wasn't nothing new to me. It was like, okay, I got it, at the house, or when we go into like to the new year or something like that. But upon arriving, now I got it 100% of the time, day in and day out. So when you hear it, when you hear the language, you're gonna have to learn like day in and day out. You're what's called dynamically immersed. You gonna learn the language because you're pretty much forced to. You can try to get by with English, but you go, well, how do I say this and how do I say that, and so you just learn to put it together. Just like if someone was in like in Colombia or in Mexico, right? You're gonna just start figuring out the language because it's what is going every day. So you need to be able to communicate better, and you just you take them steps to make that happen to improve your communication skills.
So was you using like Google Translator? Because I see that's real big, like across the world. Like, if you intermediate with different languages, the best way to communicate with others is Google Translator. Or some people are going out and getting, teachers and trainers and helping them with that. So what was that process like for you in Thailand?
There wasn't Google Translate back in 2006.
It
Right.
was, oh shit.
Yeah. When I first went, there wasn't no Google Translate, right? So like I said, I had the family. So it's, you hearing it every day. So you just got to start asking questions and just listening. You can take a class or something like that if you want to. It's inexpensive. It's actually hella cheap.
Yeah.
It might cost you like $3-4 a class.
Okay.
That if that, or maybe you pay in bulk. You drop them like C note, drop them $100, right? Drop them that, and you gonna get like 3-4 months worth of classes.
Yeah.
So for the on the cheap, on the low. So that's real easy. And if you're studying, you're gonna learn the language, man. You will. It's because you're hearing it so much.
Yeah.
There's no other way you not gonna learn it unless you just not trying to do it, right? Which you will get treated very, very different when you in a country and you can speak the language. You'll have a very, very different experience.
Yeah, because I get a lot of anxiety. Like, I don't been to Colombia, like this is my seventh time, and I still get anxiety because I don't know the language and I gotta depend on Google Translator and things like that. I don't know what people are saying around me. I really can't interact with people unless I'm swapping the phone back and forth. Or I got like one of my homies, Dre the Kid. I know you know him. Passport Dog. They know English and they can communicate for me, so I feel a little bit better. But like, if I go outside right now solo, I'm like, so it's real important to learn the language and study the language, especially if you're going to be somewhere for a certain amount of time. If you're coming in just visiting, you may want to learn 1 or 2 words here and there. But if you're going to plan on staying at a country that's different from your origin, you want to invest in, learning the language and putting as much time as you possibly can into that. So that's cool.
True.
I see you travel so many places, man. I seen you've been to Bali. I think you moved to Germany. Tell us about some other places besides Thailand and before Colombia that you have traveled to.
Oh man, I didn't hear 45 countries, right? So like
I'm trying to get like you.
No, I've been like I said, I've been running around for a minute, and well, like I said, I was in Bali, right, in April, spent almost the entire month in Bali, was out there just, chilling out, really enjoyed it. Like I said, back in 2012, I moved to Germany, man, with like $500 in my pocket. And that was for a job. I had a job in Berlin, spent a couple years in Germany, went to Poland, moved to Sweden, spent a bunch of time in Sweden, left Sweden, came back to the States, hit like a bunch of different European countries. I actually got some, like I was telling you, man, I got some travels coming up next week. I'm going back to Europe.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, been to Poland, been to Greece, been to God, where else have I been? Been to Malaysia, been to Singapore, been to Japan, lived in Australia, been to where else? Been to London, England, been to Croatia, Serbia, Montenegro. I mean, the list is long.
You putting that passport to work. I know your passport is crazy stamped up.
It is, right? I'm trying to get some more, right? That's what I collect, right? It's passport stamps or memories, because a lot of a lot of cats, they do their thing, here, you got your whip, you got your ride, it's clean and mug, you got your home, cool. But I don't collect material things, right? That's me. I'm talk bad about nobody who do what they do. Me, I go create experiences. That's my thing. That's my joy. It's my passion. Other than, seeing my son's eyes light up, when he achieved his goals. Yeah, I like running around the world. I like getting on planes. And, as soon as that wheels is up, I'm looking out the window. I'm like, here we go.
I'm different. I'm different.
Dude, that's and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And like I said, it's always been there for me, because like I said, I'm from the hood, man. My family, we was broke, right? We was broke. I remember like when I was like 11 or 12 years old, and my mom was like, I only got $5. And I got 4 other brothers and sisters. My mom got 5 kids. Talk about she only got $5. A lot of us know what that is, right? To come from nothing, right? To be like, man, we right, that real poverty is like, we broke, but we still getting by. We got the neighbors, we got the family and all that. That's, we working together to we got that bond. We hold each other down. That shit is real. That's what I come from, right?
So that definitely encourages you to want to see more places and get out the box.
And man, yeah, all right, man. I'm gonna tell you something real quick. Like my stepdad, right? While him and my mom was together, right? Because they separated when I was like 12. And I remember someone told me, they was like, you know what, Tobias, you think outside the box. And I told him this, and he was like, well, the reason, he goes, well, guess what? You think outside the box because you were never in it. And I remember that.
Hey, say that again. Say that again. That's deep. Say that again.
Yeah, he says, you think outside the box because you were never in it. So this is that's some shit that just stayed with me my entire life. I'm like, man, that's heavy, because a lot of us were never in that box. There's cats that are, we don't make no light of them or whatever. But when you were never in it, a lot of times you got to be told that, because some things may not make sense to you. But then when it is told to you and you really think about it, you're like, whoa, okay. Now a lot of times, you got a lot of options around you that others may not see or may not have. Actually, those folks got the same options, but they might not see them. You can see them, and it's just a part of you.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong, right? That's just part of who you are. So yeah, I mean, I was wanting to travel. Like I started, I was one of them kids doing karate. And I'm like, well, karate comes from Japan. I want to go to Japan.
Yeah.
So that's like how it all got started with me. It was like, 8 years old, talking about, oh, I want to go to Japan and be a ninja and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's cool. So let's go full circle, man. How did you make your way to Colombia, and what was that first experience like for you?
Okay, so like I said, I've been to Colombia once, right? And for me, it's like I hadn't really hit South America like that, right?
Yeah.
A lot of brothers, they hit DR, they hit, Colombia and other areas. Cool. Now I hit up Argentina twice, which was cool, but Argentina is not like it doesn't feel like Latin America to me, right? I grew up around a lot of Latinos, and I speak Spanish pretty close to fluent, like. Folks think I'm Puerto Rican or Cuban when I speak Spanish.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm like, I hit Argentina twice. It feels like Europe is hella white, which nothing wrong with that, but I wanted that real Latin American flavor.
Yeah.
And one of my homeboys, right, my boy Andy, right, he a Black Colombia, he Afro-Colombian. He's like, yo, man, you should go check out Medellin, man. You'll love it. And some of my other partners was like, yo, go to Medellin, man. You know, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be a nice look for you.
Yeah.
So I want to do something different, right? You know, I've already done Europe a bunch of times, you know, a bunch of Asia, Australia, right? I'm like, so you know what? Let's do. Look, man, F it, let's go. So I just booked a trip,
Yeah.
and flew to Colombia, right? First night, you know, I get there and I was super tired. I'm like, all right, man, you know, I'm not doing nothing tonight. You know, I just got through customs and immigration. It's 1:30 in the morning. Let me just get some rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
That next day, I'm out, you know, and I stayed near Parque Lleras, right? Lleras Park.
Yeah. Shout out to
And
that, Parker. Yeah. That's where I'm at right now.
yeah, exactly. So I was like, you know, right next to, like, I was like probably like half mile. So I could just, or a quarter mile, I just walk down the little hill.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, and I'm in Parque Lleras.
Yeah.
Cool. And I'm just, you know, soaking up the culture, right? You know, that first day. But that first day, if you want me to get into it, it turned into a disaster, right? That first night, because I got drugged and robbed.
Okay.
So that
Yeah.
was,
We gonna get to that part
yeah.
right there. Yeah.
So
Your man got an
yeah.
interesting story with that, man, and I know you wasn't expecting that. I don't know if you heard about it, you know, but I'm sorry you had to go through that, you know. But before we get to that part right there, you know, you said you made your move out here to Colombia. You've been here one time and you went straight to the locals area. What were the differences between back at home in America and Colombia and all these other places that you traveled to? Did you see like a big difference from the Western European world versus, you know, South America and all these other places?
Yeah, there's some differences and there's some similarities. So like, okay, Western Europe is very similar to America, right? Where things work all the time, right? Folks is big on having, if folks is dating and all that, like a lot of the chicks, I want a partnership and all that other mess. Eastern Europe and South America are very similar, where they're focused on the family, right? Like, hey, your family is going to be your rock, your foundation. Same thing, Eastern Europe and South America are like that. And then a lot of the women are very traditional.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, you the man, you pay for dinner. You pay for, the whole night out or something like that. If you date like that, that's definitely a similarity. And then their religious beliefs, right? Whether they Christian or Catholic, are also real close knit, right? Because it's a traditional society, and both of them, even though like their languages, be different, there's still those similarities. And that's some things I've seen. But now Colombia, right, is a little different than all them areas, because you really got to watch your tail. It's not right. It's definitely an area where you got to be looking over your shoulder, because it's street, it's hood, and it's different than the streets we come from. A lot of cats, oh man, I got my game, I'm street smart, but you don't know them streets because you're not from there.
Fact.
Right?
Facts.
Yeah, the streets change. So if you don't know, I learned it's good to ask somebody, because you don't just assume, well, what you do at what's going on in your streets, or what's going on at your spot is going to be the same, or everything's going to move the same as at your home, right? You're abroad, it's not like that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, you catch cats who's like, oh well, they'll let their ego get the best of them.
Yeah.
And if you abroad and you want to let your ego get the best of you, you might not come home,
right?
Because you outgunned and outnumbered. It's not right, what you think it is. You're not about to just call your boys and think they about to storm the ship. When it's not like that.
So,
folks they will let you know.
So you definitely
Hmm?
gotta like get in the culture and get with that. You can't come over there with American values and think that's gonna ride, because you were somewhere completely different. Those people don't honor the same things that you may honor. So being ignorant of that can get you got, in different places.
Absolutely, right? It really, really can. I mean, if you want to come in there and think, oh, I'm just about to move this way, and not adjust to how people move, how their society move, it might not be a good look for you.
Yeah.
Right? No matter how hard you are, man, you're not from there. You don't know. If you don't know how things move, if you're not coming from a humble place, I'm like, yo, man, should I go down that direction over there? Oh, no, you don't want to go up over there, man. That's not for you. right? You know, folks, so if you right now you in Medellin and you know you in Yedas Park, you might not want to be going north up to Bayo because even my homeboy, he's like, look, dog, you don't want to fuck around in Bayo.
Right.
That's not for you.
Yeah.
Bayo is that just like folks know certain areas of certain cities right here in the States. Like, yo, if you ain't from there,
Don't go there.
exactly. If that's not you, or you ain't got that pass,
Yeah.
you yeah,
It
you
can
might
get,
not want to be up over there.
yeah, it definitely could get like that. So I heard you say that a lot of women other than the United States are traditional. Do you think women in the United States are traditional? I know you see similarities in the both, but when you're focusing on the women, uh, are they traditional in America like they are in different places?
You know, there are a lot that are. There's a bunch that aren't. Right. You know, if you look at a lot of women who say that, you look at their family structure, right? If they got mom and dad, that whole thing that is intact, right? And grandma there, grandpa there, they might be more traditional, or do they have Christian values, and they ain't just out there doing the most. They probably are more traditional in the sense. But then we got a lot of women in the States that are just like, nah, I'm just trying to just do me, and I'm gonna live this life. I don't want no man. Okay, cool, right? So we gonna get both here. But then again, what do the men? What do we want?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, what do we want? And if you don't want, the latter of the women, well, you don't have to mess with them. That's just, that's our choice.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
have to do that.
So do you think that's the reason? Because like on the internet right now, it's going crazy. The manosphere is going crazy right now, and people are getting their passports, especially brothers, and they getting the hell out of America because they
Oh, I
not
know.
feeling respected, valued. Feminism has hit America super hard, where it's become like you said, I don't need you. I can do this on my own. People want to be single mothers, like they tearing up the home in the states. And what do you think about feminism in other countries? Do you think feminism has hit other countries where women feel independent, or do they feel dependent on a man, and that's why the views are looked at like that?
It depends, right? So I was living in Sweden, right? When I say living there, look, I'm paying taxes. I got my apartment in my name, like living there.
Yeah.
And the government's like this, the system there supports the woman like it does here, but then again they're also the women are going, they graduate from high school, they go to college, right? They got their jobs, they got their money, so they're like, oh well, I really don't need a man, or all I need is the partner and all that, that whatever they call it. Cool, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. There's also there's a law there where, say, I meet some Swedish chick, or you meet a Swedish chick, y'all, we doing our thing for a minute, we seeing each other, she get pregnant, or maybe we married and she get pregnant. Things fall apart, and we have a child. That woman, right, saying, you meet somebody else, that woman can prevent you from seeing your child because she don't like your new chick, even though you are an amazing man,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You got, you got your money right. You ain't on no drugs or nothing like that. You got it together, but she can block you from seeing your child because she don't like this new chick. And that new woman is not a threat. She got her life together, went to college, all that. But out of jealousy, out of spite, she will try to leverage she can basically block you from seeing your child. That's wrong. I don't think that's not, that, especially when that man is there. He ain't, he ain't out there causing no harm. He ain't doing no dirt like that or like that. Nah, I can't get with that. And yeah, Sweden it went from 50-50 to like the women control things. There was actually a bill thinking, I think, like, because I was living in 2014. There was a bill where they were trying to remove all the the pisses, the urinals out of male bathrooms and just put toilets in there, right? Just like drum and with a little what do you call it, little drum and little bowl and all that, just a normal toilet. And they want men to sit down because they say, oh, it's going to be more sanitary. What? What? Huh? No. But that's how far it's gone in Sweden and the Scandinavian countries. So feminism is heavy there. That'll never happen here, but it is alive and well there.
Okay.
So, but then, hold on, but then you go to other countries like Eastern Europe, ain't no feminism. I've met plenty of Eastern European chicks. They're gonna be like, nah, I'm not a feminist. It destroys families.
Yeah.
That, and these are the words of the women. I'm like, really? They're like, yeah, they'll tell you quick. Nah, whether they're Russian, Ukrainian, from Serbia, from Bulgaria, Romanian. They're like, nah, I'm not with that.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm like, okay, I get it. I see it. I understand your points.
Okay, definitely, definitely. Real quick, you know what I'm saying? Everybody liked the video. I'm chilling with my boy Tobias The Traveler. He putting y'all on game. He letting y'all know how he use his passport and get around different places, learn the language. Like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my man page. Don't forget to subscribe to my page. You know, a lot of game about to be given in this video. You know what I'm saying? So don't go nowhere. Watch the whole video. You know what I'm saying? And let's flip the script right now. You know, let's flip the script all the way. Let's give them what they really want to hear and want to know about. Colombia.
Yo,
A big thing in Colombia right now is, you know, a lot of people come here because it's beautiful women. They're very submissive. You know, it's not as hard as it is versus like the States, you know, to lock down a relationship. People don't look at you like really for what you got. You know, you can make some real connections outside of the States, you know, especially here in Colombia. But the flip coin to that is a lot of these women see gringos, Americanos, anybody from anywhere that's not here as a stain, as a lick, especially if you don't like know the language or you're not really familiar with the culture. And when I say lick, they look at you like they can get over you, get over on you and take advantage of you. You know, and you really got to be very cautious out here. And one of the big things in Colombia is men are getting drugged. You know, you deal with a chick, you know, and it may seem like everything is going good, and she has different intentions. And people are getting drugged in Colombia. And unfortunately, you had to go through something like that. And I want to talk about that right here on this channel and how we can bring awareness to brothers that may be traveling to Colombia or anybody from any different culture that's coming into this culture. How can we bring awareness to them so something like this won't happen to them? Sorry you had to go through that, you know, but let's talk about it. You know, being drugged in Colombia. You want to tell us about that experience? I'm gonna let you do your thing for right here.
yeah. So yeah, man, yeah, I got there July 16th, July 17th. I got drugged and robbed. So how did all that happen? You know, before I got there, you know, I was using the app Tinder. And, you know, since I've never been running around the world, I didn't use Tinder all over the place. Ain't had no issues. So I'm thinking, all right, you know, ain't gonna be no issues using Tinder, which is wrong. Don't ever use Tinder in Colombia. Don't ever use Tinder in Brazil. This is a fact. If you don't know, don't press your luck. Like, oh man, it'll be good. I got this. Nah, dog, don't. That's not what it is, because there is danger behind that beauty. There's a lot. Right? So end up I connected with this chick on Tinder. You know, we talking in Spanish, and they was quick. All of them I've actually, you know, men I talked to was quick to go from Tinder to WhatsApp. Oh, okay, that's different because most women don't do that, right? Just around the world, they ain't moving that fast. But we moved over to WhatsApp. We chopping it up for a minute. And I asked her, like, hey, you know, let's get together. You know, you free tonight? She says, yeah. And I asked, hey, you know, you got a friend? Let's all get together. Cool. I got a friend. Let's do that. And we end up meeting. We hung out for a little bit at this one bar and end up leaving there. And I'm like, hey, let's just go back to my place. Now, let me preface this, right? I wasn't on no pay for play. That's not how it rolls. You know, if brothers do that, cool, do your thing. I am not worried about what another man do with his money or his Johnson, right?
Thanks.
Cool. That's what, yeah. So, but I ended up connecting with them. We go back to my place, and I didn't have no drink at the house. So, you know, they use an app called Rappi, right? Which is like DoorDash. And we basically, you know, DoorDash some drinks, order some beers, and, you know, they get there and, open the drinks, and this is where I messed up. I set my drink down like a dummy and went to the restroom. Came back, right? Took a couple sips and I tasted it. And I mean, it tastes, if you're drinking a Coors Light or, whatever IPA, whatever beer your choice, you kind of recognize the taste of it. Like, oh, okay, well, you know the flavor. This one didn't, I didn't know the flavor of the beer. It's my first time having it. So, oh, that tastes funny, but that's just probably it. And had a couple more sips. I'm fully dressed at this point. We talking, and then I just wake up the next day like, what the fuck happened? Right? I'm naked on my bed, and I had like no motor skills. I couldn't really stand up. Throw on some clothes real quick. I grab I look at my wallet. All my credit cards is gone. I'm like, hold up, my bank account. I'm like, oh no. So take a step back before when we got to my place. We security lets us in the building, and security is like, yo, you can have guests, but we need a copy of their IDs, right? So we know who's in and out. So that, if something ever happens, we can easily track them down. And they said when they leave, right, Tobias, you got to walk them out so we know you're okay. Now, earlier that day, I had already been talking to security a lot because, like I said, again, I'm fluent in Spanish. So they surprised that, a brother I'm not a Black Colombian, I'm not a Black Latino, but they're like, oh, you really sound like it. And they was like, man, you speak the language, you build that rapport. So had a good relationship with them cats. So when the chicks try to leave at 4:30 in the morning, they're like, oh, okay, well, where's he at? Oh, he in the room asleep. Red flags. They come in the room, they see me out cold, like they trying to wake me up. I was gone. So there's like, nah, y'all broad stay here. They call the police. Police come, search them. They try to take, my credit cards. They try to take my expensive ass colognes. They try to take my sunglasses and a couple other things. And there's a picture of me. I remember I'm like on the bed, right? So like, just say like, I got my wall here. The bed is like against the wall, and I'm like just like out, right? I can see like the chicks on the left side of the room. I can see the police on the right side of the room. The chicks is just like this, like, oh, we done messed up. And it's like I had an out of body experience because I ain't never seen it's a mug, to see yourself completely unconscious. And it's real scary to see yourself like that. Like, God damn, that was me. I could have been in a much worse situation. Like, man, I could have died. Right, my son would be fatherless, and it was scary as a mug. Right now, they ended up letting the chicks go. They didn't take me to the hospital. I don't know why. They didn't press any charge. No charges was brought up on these women. But like when I woke up, I opened the door to my room because I was on the first floor, right? And I seen security and one of the, a couple of the folks who worked in the building, and they're like, how are you feeling? Do you remember what happened? I'm like, nah, I don't even remember what happened. And that's when they told me, these chicks tried to rob you. I'm like, oh, fuck. Let me, I could barely stand up at this point, right? I couldn't eat nothing. I think I had like a sip of water and like a bite of a banana. I threw that up. A couple minutes later, or like a couple hours later, I tried to have like some Pringles and like another sip of water, threw that up. My body was just not cool. So I couldn't eat anything on that Sunday. Monday, I could finally eat again, right? And they ordered me this, some Colombian food, and I was able to hold that down. And all I could do was just rest. All I could do was just rest from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, I was finally back to normal. But that Tuesday, I was kind of able to move around a bit, end up going to the hospital out there, talking to one of their doctors. And one drug that is big, that's used a lot there is called scopolamine. And
the devil's breath, AKA the devil's breath.
Yeah, but that's not what they gave me. I was given clozapine. Clozapine is what is given to high-level schizophrenics. Yeah. This is like, doctors will say, no, we need to up the dosage on this schizophrenic, this person right here, because the treatment we giving them ain't really working like that. So it's very, very powerful. Like really, really powerful. It's that next level drug. This ain't just the normal devil's breath.
Yeah.
And I know it was that because I found the pills in my room. Right. I found them. They left them in my room. So I'm like, oh, this is what it is. Okay, y'all put this in my drink. And first I just did like some mild research, and I'm like, I'm not on no prescription drugs.
Yeah.
Uh, but when and then I took the drugs to the hospital with me when I went to see the doctor, and it was like, oh yeah, this right here, this is not uh for the faint of heart. This ain't just that dust and it hits you and you done. Nah, this is something else. This is way beyond that. So hit me with that. And like I said, it took me almost 3.5, 4 days really to recover. On that Tuesday, though, I had to get up out that spot, man. I'm not just about to be sleeping in the same spot where my little incident, right, as I call it, happened. And I moved on. I went and got me a suite down the way in El Poblado, at a real nice hotel, just because I needed that change. And I'm still kind of tired, resting. But I said Thursday came, and I was back to 100%. Even the doctor told me, he was like, "Yo, what they gave you should be out of your system in like 24 to 36 hours. Just drink a whole lot of water, stay hydrated, don't drink no alcohol. You'll be cool." And I'm like, "All right, cool." So that's what I did. Just rested and got back to normal that Friday. Right, I just went on a tour because I needed to do something. I was actually supposed to leave Colombia and fly to Europe, and they stole my work computer. I don't know how that happened. They stole my work computer. That got lifted, and like 170 or the equivalent to $170, which I ain't worried about the money. That's nothing. But my work computer got stolen. The company I work for wouldn't send me another computer to Colombia. It was like, look, if you want that computer, you got to go back to the house. So I had to cancel my trip to Europe or really postpone it because I'm leaving in a few days. Yeah. But I had to fly back to SAC and grab my computer. And I've been in the area for a little bit, but yeah, it was a thing, man. That shit hit. I mean, I had COVID before, and COVID didn't do nothing to me compared to what that did. Yeah. That was horrible, and not making light of nobody's COVID experience, right? But I had it, and I wasn't in that bad a shape. That stuff hit me. It was bad, like really, really bad. And my thing might cut off right now. Yeah. So yeah, I Thursday, right? I was finally like back to 100%, right? I'm like, okay, cool. I'm feeling good again. Friday, I'm like, I didn't feel like I didn't want to waste a day. I wanted to at least or waste my time because I knew I was going to be leaving on that Saturday. So, because I got to fly back to SAC. And I'm like, you know what? Do something different, man. Because I ain't never took no tour before. I'm never that time. That's not what I do when I travel. But I'm like, you know what? The doctor was like, hey, man, go check out Guatapé. Go check out, La Piedra de Peñol. He was like, it's a monument here. People, it's like a little tour thing. I'm like, all right, let me just see what that's looking like. And I'm like, you know what? Cool. Let me do it. Did it. I had a damn good time. It was a lot of fun. So, it was as they call it, like, a gastronomy tour or a food tour. And, we jumped on the bus, took us like 2.5 hours to get there. But, we eating food at different spots on the way there, on the way back. Food was real, real good. Had a little boat tour, and I was eating at bandeja paisa. It was just real cool spot. Then climbed a little rock. That's La Piedra de Peñol. I got a video of that on my channel, just, show folks what it looked like going from like, the bottom, the base to the top of it. It's a lot of work, right? But it's also a lot of fun. And I'm not like outdoorsy like that. I'm a city boy. Yeah. But I had a good time though. So as like I said, I needed to do something different just to, get that off my mind. Then that Saturday I flew back to Cali. Been in Cali. It's about a month ago now. Been back, but like I said, I'm leaving next week. Back out on the road. So yeah, it's gonna be a good look. But that experience, man, taught me something. Yeah. Right. Just because, I've been using Tinder, like I said, all over the world. Just because you use it, in Europe, Australia, Asia, and you didn't have some great times with it, does not mean it's going to be like that in other places. So you might want to ask somebody about how it is in the country that you're going to, the destination you're going to, and you'd probably find out, you don't ever want to use it here because that's, there's, a whole lot of danger behind the beauty because there's a bunch of bad women there. Like if you don't know, There's whoa, they tens is everywhere, stunners. They everywhere. But the ones on that app, the ones on Tinder or Bumble, whatever app you use, and they there to catch folks slipping. And I got caught slipping, right? Because again, I'm thinking, you know what? It ain't gonna be like the rest. I ain't got to worry about that. Or I was just ignorant to the fact of it. I didn't ask nobody. I'm just going off my experience. Well, that led to another experience, right? One that I could do without. But we live and we learn. I'd rather communicate this to other brothers like, yo, man, you have to watch yourself. Don't be out there don't ever use Tinder out there. If you can bump chicks just on strength, right? Just on the street. You see, oh, hello, ¿cómo estás? How you doing? And that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Right. That's it. Don't be using Tinder out there. Tinder is the setup. And it can change your life. You might not come home. Right. Or you might not come home on your 2 feet. You could come home on your back. That's not a good look.
That's deep, bro. That's a horrible experience. Would you say it's like that all the time, or just that case?
No, I'm gonna say that like that's all the time, right?
All the time.
Every person I talk to that has spent a lot of time in Colombia, they're like, look, dog, like one of my homeboys, right? We went to high school together. I don't even know why I didn't ask him. After the fact, he tells me, like, look, man, don't ever use Tinder in Colombia. You can meet women all day. If you're out there looking for women, just say hello. They're real approachable. They're nice, they're friendly, right? It's cool. But don't use Tinder out there, because they use it to catch unsuspecting folks. They're gonna try to catch you slipping.
Right.
And being that you're using it out there, they already know you don't know, right? That's part of the game. They're already ahead of you, right? Right. That balloon is over your head. You don't know. And you can get caught slipping, right? You can. So, and if you do, it can go a number of ways. Then, you ain't got that, you behind, you gonna lose. Why would you want to lose? Why even put yourself in that predicament? Ain't no need to use it out there.
So,
right? And that's,
go ahead.
And that's only in Medellin, right? From like people that I know that's out there right now, they're like, look, it goes down like that hard in Medellin. It don't happen like that in Cali. It doesn't happen like that in Cartagena or other areas, right? Or Bogota. There's like, nah, it's not like that. But Medellin, yeah, it's going down real hard.
Definitely. So like one of my next questions, you kind of answered a little piece of it. What do you think you could have did to prevent this from happening? So for people that's watching this video, don't forget to like the video. Tobias The Traveler right now, putting y'all on the game. What do you think you could have did different? Other than, we know, don't use Tinder. Stay off the dating apps, because their intentions on there are to get foreigners and things like that. So we know to avoid it, stay off Tinder. What's some other things you think you could have did better, more consciously, to avoid this situation from happening? Or you think it was unavoidable?
No, it wasn't unavoidable. So a lot of times, right, I'm gonna go back to a man, our egos, right, get in the way. Now, I was already watching brother, Andre and his wife, Andrea Love Crossing Borders. They give consults, right, on Colombia, on Medellin. He been out there for a minute, they married, he lives there. Talking to that man, getting that consult, forking over, if $100 or something like that, that ain't no money, dog. Talking to them, getting some knowledge first about what it really is, right? So for somebody who got boots on the ground, who done been there a minute, his wife is Colombian, who know the scene like that, talking to them, getting that consult, like, look here, young man, this is what you need to be aware of. This is where you should go. This is what, you should do, or what you can do. This is how you should be moving. Getting that information from them would have saved me, a ton of money, right? Well, I actually wouldn't say a ton of money. It would have saved me a ton of days, ton of time, a real bad experience. But I didn't. So I learned a lot. I've always said, sometimes bought sense is better than taught sense, and I bought that sense. Well, there's somebody else out there. This man, right, him and his wife, they got the, the 411 that, a lot of times that you can use, right, to keep yourself safe. Pay that man for that knowledge, right? Because all it's going to do is help you. If this, I mean, and some folks like, oh, I'm not trying to do a consult with somebody. No, you don't know what you're talking about. You just because again, how you move one place is not how you may move someplace else. So if someone could lace your shoes, right, put you up on some game that can help you, why would you not pay that person for that knowledge? Right? People will pay a college for some knowledge, right, to get that college degree or whatever. Well, you can pay this person because this knowledge you can't go get from no book. Right. It's not gonna be you're not gonna get that from the guidebooks, right? You just not. They might say, oh, stay away from here, stay away from there. But you're not gonna get it like this man could give it to you, like him and his wife. Or maybe it's somebody else living in Colombia that can put you up on game. And if they charge $100, okay, drop that money because it's gonna help you. So again, and I saw he was already giving consults like that. But I'm thinking, oh man, I'm gonna be good. I don't need it. Thinking back though, yeah, I would have paid that $100 for and not have to go through what I went through in a heartbeat. $100, here you go. I lost $170 in a whole bunch of days. So yeah, if we do the math on that, yeah, here, take that $100 out of the safe, no issues.
Yeah. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I got a final question for you. I appreciate all that. I hope y'all learned something from what he had to say and ways you should move when you come to Colombia Medellin. Tobias, it's been fun. It's been good. Let me know, is it worth getting your passport? Tell these brothers, is it worth getting your passport?
Oh man, absolutely. Now I call my passport the key to the world.
Yeah.
Because that's honestly it's what it is. You got your passport, you got a key to the world. You can go see almost every country on the planet.
Yeah.
So the culture, you got the food, you got the cuisine, you got the weather, you got the women, you got it all. But without that passport, you can't get there. You stuck here in the States. Honestly. So it's definitely worth it, even just to go check it out once or twice. But I guarantee you, you will get caught. You'll get bit by what we call the bug, the travel bug. You get bit. There is no cure. You just got to keep getting your fix. You gonna go one place and another and another and another, or maybe you find one country that you like. You want to hit 5, 6, 7 times. Cool. But without that passport, you can't get there, man. And all you need is valid ID, driver's license, right?
And
your birth certificate, right? The paperwork you don't need, your birth certificate, ID, and a couple of dollars to pay for your paperwork, or to pay for your paperwork to get processed, and you take it to get that done at the post office. You can take the pictures at the post office. It's easy. It's gonna come in the mail. Then it's up to you just to buy your first plane ticket where you want to go.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? You don't hurt my man. He don't travel the world. The man don't been to so many countries. He don't seen so many things, experienced so many cultures, and hopefully this might encourage another person, the person that's watching this, to get out of their country, get out of what they used to, and experience the whole world, and come up with where's the best place for you, And if you want to keep it moving, as long as you got the passport, like my man says, it's the key to the world. You can always go to different spots. You're not obligated to one spot. And I hope y'all learned a lot from that. I hope he gave y'all a reason to get your passport. I hope he gave y'all some game where when you come to Medellin, Colombia, and you may deal with women, what to look out for, what to do, what not to do, the connections that you should make. It's been a lot of information in this video, a lot of game, and I really, really appreciate you coming through, stopping through the channel. We black brothers, we gotta help each other out. You know what I'm saying? I recognize that when I see you. I'm like, my man out there getting it, we got it, because I'm getting it too. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving around and I just want to link up, you know what I'm saying, make a network with us brothers. Wakanda forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I feel it. I feel it because I mean, there's not a lot of us out there that's really doing it, right? And cats, they doing their things here in the States, cool. But abroad, there's not a lot of us, right, who look like there's not a lot of brothers, right? Dark skinned brothers, light skinned brothers. I don't care what you're a black man, you're a black American. There's not a lot of us out there. So when we link up, it's always a good thing. It's always love. And yeah, I want to see more brothers traveling too. Like, y'all get your passport and just go step out. Don't listen to none of the garbage that all these people tell you about. Oh, it's this, it's that. And I'm like, but they ain't never been nowhere, right?
Yeah.
Bad things happen to people all the time. Whether you're at home or you abroad, bad things happen, right? That's just what it is. Things is coming around. Don't let they BS, they bullshit scare you from experiencing what's out there for you, having an amazing life, creating them experiences that you will never, ever, ever forget. That shit is priceless. You will love. You'll be able to think back because even like I look at my pictures on my phone or my little Google photos, and I'm like, man, that was so dope, right? It's you. If you ain't out there doing it, you don't know, right? But those of us who are, we know, right? It's like a club, it's like a fraternity, and the only way you can get in, get that passport and use it, not just I got it. You got to use it, right?
Yes.
You got, I mean, just like, with sports, man, whether you playing hoop or you on the football field, well, you got to suit up, right? And if you ain't suiting up, you ain't in the game. Honestly, you'll be you'll look like a fan, right? Watching YouTube videos from home, but you really should be out there on the field playing, right? You really should be out there. You should. You feel it in your heart, your soul. Go make it happen. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Facts. Tobias the Traveler, tell them where they can find you at on social medias, where they need to connect with you at.
Yeah, man, on YouTube, Tobias the Traveler, all one word. So Tobias The Traveler, TRAVELER. So Tobias the Traveler. Same thing on Instagram, right? Tobias the Traveler. That's just where I'm at. If you want to hit me up for a consult, if you want, you can email me at tobias@tobiasthetraveler.com. Got the website about to be coming soon. About to get on some more travels here. Like I said, next week, Wednesday, I'm shooting back to Europe. Gonna shoot a whole bunch of content. Oh, it's about to be dope. Man, I'm gonna do it a little different. I'm like, y'all, I'm just gonna have to wait and see. It's something new coming, right? So just something different, off the beaten path. Just a different approach than very successful YouTubers out there. So I'm gonna do it. So it's gonna be dope though.
All right, so man, look, safe travels. I'm gonna be checking your page. I'm gonna be watching your videos. We support each other. Y'all know what y'all watching. It's Cruising with Prince Lucky, Tobias the Traveler. Do me one favor before you leave. 2 favors. Like the video and stop watching my motherfucking videos without subscribing. We out. You know what I'm saying? It's built.
Show.
Hey, yo, that was dope, my G. That was dope. That's finna be fire. I'm finna put it together right now. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's your Carnival Director, Prince Lucky. I'd like to welcome everybody aboard the Carnival 420. Now, we got a lot of things in store for y'all today. We got High Time Bingo at 12 o'clock. We having a smoke out on Lido deck at 11. Bring your own weed because you know this shit ain't free, you heard me? Bring all your rum runners to deck 3 and try not to get your ass in deck 0. Y'all know about deck 0, right?
Lately, I've been cruising around the world. Subscribing, you can come into my world. Know you gon' get high when you with me. Go a lot of places you should see. In my rum runner filled up. Got my blunt rolled up. Got my bank charged up. You ready? Yeah. Cruising with Prince World. TSA, smell my weed, you know I got that pack on me. Riding on the carnival and smoking out my balcony. I get dope on every port, I can stop through any port. They recognize my merchandise and give me what I'm asking for. I ain't never got caught, if you did that's your fault. Copy me and do it sloppily, you watch the wrong blog. We cruising with Prince World, something like a family. Float the space from off the Lido high, it ain't no valley. I've been cruising around the world. Subscribing, you can come into my world. Know you gon' get high when you with me. Go a lot of places you should see. In my rum runner filled up. Got my blunt rolled up. Got my bank charged up. You ready? Yeah. guys had a good day out there at Port. We got a lot of fun things in store for you this evening. Tonight, 8 o'clock, stoners only at the Alchemy Bar. Don't lose your money in the casino if you ain't got it. I see you over there taking pictures of our pictures with your cell phone. Put your cell phone down. Sir, put your cell phone down. Come and meet Prince Lucky on deck 3.